Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Stoic Compass. I'm Jim Walker.
And I'm Eleanor Vance. Today we're tackling something that's basically become a badge of honor in modern society.
Being busy?
Exactly. And why that's actually a huge problem.
Before we dive in, quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep making episodes where Ellie tells me I'm doing life wrong.
I prefer constructive philosophical guidance.
Sure, let's call it that.
So today's inspiration comes from Darius Foroux's article, Why I Stopped Being Busy. And I have to say, when I first read the title, I thought,
What's wrong with being busy?
right? But then he opens with this question. Do you know that feeling of being so busy that time flies with the blink of an eye?
That's literally my entire week. Every week.
And that's the problem. He argues that being busy is not a good thing at all, especially because we waste most of our time on nonsense.
Wait, hold on. Nonsense?
His words, not mine. He says we say we're busy, but in reality, we just fill up our lives with crap.
That's harsh, but continue.
We binge watch TV shows for days, go to networking events with people trying to sell us things, spend hours finding new clothes to impress people we don't even like.
Okay, that last one hit a little too close to home.
He calls it being busy with nonsense. And here's the kicker. He used to be the same way. When people asked him how he was, his answer was always busy.
That's everyone's answer. It's like the default response to, how are you?
Exactly. But what's really happening?
We're not in control.
Bingo. Derek Sivers, who Darius quotes, says, "To me, busy implies that the person is out of control of their life."
Ouch, that's a gut punch.
And from a Stoic perspective, this is absolutely crucial. The Stoics were all about self-mastery and control over your own life.
So being busy is the opposite of that?
Think about it. If you're constantly busy, are you choosing how to spend your time, or is time just happening to you?
It's happening to me. Definitely happening to me.
Darius makes this brilliant point. Being busy is an excuse that losers use.
Whoa, that's aggressive.
But hear him out. You can use busy as an excuse for everything. You forgot your anniversary? I'm so busy. Haven't called your mother in 6 months? Mom, I'm so busy.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Didn't go to the gym? Too busy to work out? And the worst one.
What's the worst?
I'm too busy to work on the stuff that makes me happy. Your music, your business, your hobbies, whatever brings you joy.
Yeah, that one stings because it's true.
Darius asks, how on earth can you be too busy to give someone important to you a call? That's nonsense.
So what's he really saying?
Every time you say you're busy, you're actually saying you can't prioritize your life.
That's the Stoic dichotomy of control right there.
Exactly. You're letting external circumstances dictate your time instead of consciously choosing what matters.
But here's what I don't get. Society tells us busy equals successful, right? Hustle culture and all that.
That's the trap. Most people identify being busy with being successful. But Darius says, unlike 95% of people, he doesn't think being busy means you're successful.
So what does it mean?
When you meet people, they want to show you they have busy lives. A full calendar must mean I'm doing something right?
I definitely do that. I'm always like, oh man, my schedule is packed.
But here's the truth. If you're busy, you don't live at all. You just exist.
Wow, that's dark.
Is it though? Think about the Stoic concept of living deliberately, with intention and virtue.
Versus just reacting to whatever comes at you.
And Seneca weighs in on this beautifully. He says, a good man will not waste himself upon mean and discreditable work, or be busy merely for the sake of being busy.
So it's not about being lazy, it's about being intentional.
Precisely. And Darius puts this into practice in some really practical ways.
Like what?
First, he says it's absolutely fine if you don't have plans for the weekend.
Wait, really?
You know people's favorite Monday question, what did you do over the weekend?
I hate that question.
He says you don't have to do things just so you can tell others about it. When people ask him, he says, nothing.
That takes guts.
Or he says, I wrote, went to the gym, had dinner with family. And people look at him like, that's all?
Because you're supposed to have climbed a mountain or something.
He's like, what? I'm not cool if I didn't travel the world, have dinner with Aboriginals, and jump out of a jumbo jet on the way back?
That's hilarious, but also true. We feel this pressure to have these epic weekends.
From a Stoic perspective, this is about not living for external validation. Marcus Aurelius talked about not caring what others think of how you spend your time.
Living for yourself, not for the story you'll tell at Monday's water cooler chat.
Exactly. Another thing Darius does, he says no, a lot.
That's hard for me. I'm a people pleaser.
Want to grab coffee all day? Want to write an article for money? Want to work for us? Want to do this or that?
And he just says no?
No, not now. He doesn't want to be busy.
That's powerful, but doesn't he miss out on opportunities?
Here's his reasoning. When you're busy, time moves fast, and he wants time to move slow.
Wait, slow?
That's why he only says yes to things that matter to him. He asks, do you know that feeling? Some days seem like forever. And years later, you still remember how you felt that day.
Yeah, those memorable days where you're fully present.
He says you should feel like that almost every day.
That's the Stoic concept of living in the present moment, right?
Absolutely. When you're rushing from one thing to the next, you're not actually experiencing any of it.
It's like being on autopilot. You get to the end of the day and think, what did I even do?
And that's not living. That's just surviving.
So how do we actually apply this? Because it sounds great in theory, but in practice,
It's hard, I know.
my boss isn't going to love it if I say, sorry, I'm trying to be less busy.
It's not about shirking responsibilities. It's about eliminating what Darius calls busy work, things that don't actually matter but fill up your time.
Like endless meetings that could have been emails?
Perfect example. Or scrolling social media for an hour when you could have called a friend.
Or binge watching shows just because you feel like you should relax, but you don't actually enjoy it.
Now you're getting it. It's about conscious choice. What the Stoics would call living with intention.
So what would a Stoic daily routine look like using Darius's principles?
First, you'd slow down, take a step back. Think about which things in your life are just busy work versus meaningful,
that requires self-awareness.
which is a fundamental Stoic practice. Morning reflection, evening review. Marcus Aurelius did this daily.
Ask yourself, what actually mattered today?
And probably realize most of your busyness didn't.
That's depressing, but also liberating.
Because it means you can change it. You have control over how you spend your time.
Even if it doesn't feel like it.
That's the illusion. We tell ourselves we're too busy, but we're actually choosing busyness over meaning.
So what's one practical thing someone listening right now could do?
Darius says all you have to do is slow down, stop being busy, don't forget about important things, and live a conscious life.
He makes it sound so simple.
It is simple, not easy, but simple.
What's the difference?
The concept is straightforward. Prioritize what matters, say no to what doesn't. But actually doing it, that takes courage.
Courage is a Stoic virtue.
Exactly. It takes courage to tell people you did nothing over the weekend. It takes courage to say no to opportunities that don't align with your values.
It takes courage to admit you're not actually that important. And the world will keep spinning if you slow down.
That's ego talking. The Stoics were all about humility.
So being busy is kind of an ego trip.
Think about it. When you tell people how busy you are, aren't you kind of saying, look how important and in demand I am?
Ouch. Yeah, I definitely do that.
We all do. It's become a status symbol. But the Stoics would say that's external validation, completely outside your control, and ultimately meaningless.
So what should we value instead?
How you actually spend your time, whether you're living with virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance.
Can you be virtuous while being busy?
Not if your busyness prevents you from living deliberately. Seneca said we're not given a short life, but we make it short by wasting it.
And being busy is a form of waste?
If it's busy work, absolutely. You're burning time without actually living.
Man, this conversation is making me want to cancel half my commitments.
Maybe you should.
Really?
Darius says you can start now. It's not that difficult.
All right, I'm convinced. Next time someone asks me how I am, I'm not saying busy.
What will you say instead?
I'm living intentionally?
That might confuse people.
Good. Maybe they'll ask what I mean, and I can tell them about Stoicism.
Now you're thinking like a philosopher?
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of busyness, or rather, how to escape it.
Remember, being busy doesn't mean you're living. It often means the opposite.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Until next time, slow down, say no, and live consciously.
And maybe do nothing this weekend.
This podcast is powered by VoxCrea.ai, where ideas find their voice.